Hi everybody! Today for Sunday Funday, we're going to see how I draw Johnny Ghostlegs. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. There's even going to be one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, welcome to Sunday Funday, kids. This is where we're just going to draw whatever we want. So you can follow along and draw with me, or you can draw your own thing. If you just want to hang out, listen to somebody talk while he draws, you came to the right place. And today, I think I'm drawing Johnny Ghostlegs. I'm just going to have some fun and draw a crazy character. See what happens. So, how's your Sunday? This is just, just gonna have some fun. Sometimes people show up, sometimes people don't. So I'm just gonna draw something and have fun. This is a day that we just get to go crazy and draw whatever we want, No one can tell us that's not right, that's not wrong. This is just us. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that freedom to just do your thing, And I kind of know where I'm going with this, so I'm just kind of throwing some crazy stuff out there and just seeing where it takes me, But that's also the nice thing about Sunday Funday is, again, no one can tell me I'm wrong, This is just me just having fun and creating. Okay, there, I think I'm ready. Well, hang on, no, a little bit more. How about, I'm gonna put a little detail in the face, we'll figure out a little something I'm gonna do here. I did have just a sketch, but I think I'll give him a little bit of detail, just so I know where I'm going with it, Because I've got a rough idea. But, yeah. Okay, how about, let's just get going. I think I know where I'm going with this, so I'm going to erase some of these sketch lines, just so it doesn't stand out over the Sharpie. And go with this. Okay, so let's welcome everybody that skipped to the Sharpie portion of the video. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen I can control the line with, it's much easier, and I get a nice contrast between thick and thin. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do this every single day. Not Sunday Funday, but I do a drawing every day. You can play along and draw, or you can just watch me draw. All right, so I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen and just throw in some sketches, throw in some lines, and I'm going to draw the top of his eye first and come in with the iris and the pupil. And again, it's Sunday Funday, so I'm just making this up. I'm just kind of having fun with the character. And that's what this is always going to be, just drawing whatever we want. Today I'm just drawing a silly little character that I'm calling Johnny Ghostlegs. Why? You'll see. Okay, so there's an eyeball for him. So we're going to give him a bridge of a nose. I got him kind of at an angle, so he's off to the side like this. Kind of, if this is your face, he's turned like this, okay? So I'm going to give him an eye patch because I can. Draw it over like that, and I've got him with a big pirate head on. He's not a pirate, but I've got him with kind of some pirate stuff to him. So I don't know, maybe his. I don't know, we'll figure that out. But I'm going to give him kind of a little bit of a mouth, and then I'm going to draw kind of a little bit of a place for a lip. But the thing is, I can't draw too much or it'll look like it's got lipstick on. So I'm trying to just play around with just a few lines. That'll work. It's a little off, a little weird, but That'll work. All right, so let's give him a jaw. Something like this. Up here to an ear. All right, a little bit of a hairline like this. And I think I'm going to switch over to the Sharpie now, the big Sharpie, because that's all I needed for the small detail. And so I think I'll thicken this up a little bit because you're going to see what happens with that big Sharpie. It's super thick. So I kind of want to make sure it all fits together, you know? So here we go. Let's see. So I'm going to give him a pirate hat, kind of going over like this. So now that I've got that edge line, I can continue his head up like this. Play around with his hair a little bit more. Something like that. A little fuzzy hair. You know, he doesn't really comb it. He's Johnny Ghostlegs. He doesn't need to do anything. All right, so now let's continue this pirate hat. And I'm just going to making this up. So remember, you can do whatever you want. Ooh, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to give him a big crazy feather in his hat. So I'm going to make part of it sticking out like this. We'll come to a point. And I want to do that first before I draw the edge of the hat. That's why I was doing that. So I'm going to draw the center like this. Now, I'm going to come back with this tiny Sharpie and I'm going to draw the edge of the feathers with this like this. And I'm kind of doing it like this to have a contrast of thick and thin. Something like this. And it's just like I said, it's just a nice contrast of thick and thin, of playing around with your Sharpie techniques or your pen and ink techniques. Okay? All right, how's yours coming out? Are you doing this or are you drawing something else? It's Sunday Funday, do what you want, you know? Okay, so now that I did that, I can draw the rest of his hat. So let's draw, here, we're gonna draw a line coming through, like that's where it was cut through, like that, okay? All right, so I'm gonna draw his hat like this, and this is why I wanted to do that first, so I can draw behind that feather. Okay, gonna come up like this, like that. All right, so let's add just a few little details. Again, this is ours, we can do what we want. No one can tell us we're wrong. All right, and so now, let's see, let's draw his neck like this, down to, I'm gonna have him wearing like a jacket, you know, like just a coat. So I'm gonna have his collar like this, and give him a shirt, you know, he's gonna have something underneath. And we'll give him like a hoodie, you know, we'll do something like this. And again, with this Sharpie, I'm gonna add some tiny details. And draw the other side of it coming down like this. There we go, just something like that, nothing too crazy, but we can add just a few little extra details that way. So now that I'm looking at it, I see I've got this arm way out, so I'm going to have to compensate, recalibrate, basically is what I'm going to say. I have to recalibrate for the angle that I have him at and where my sketch is going. So I'm going to draw his arm like this, his other one over here, and again, he's wearing a jacket, so I have to kind of play with that. And I'm going to go ahead and draw this edge of this jacket because we know that's there, you know, in front of this arm, you know, does that make sense? So now I'm going to do some bumps for this side of the jacket for his arm, because he's got his hand out over here. And if it'll help you, I'm going to draw the edge of the sleeve, kind of like this. You see how it's out? That's where we're going with this. Okay, so there's his arm. And again, I'm going to just throw in some creases and folds because he's wearing a jacket that is all hunched over, bent over because of the way it's bent. You know what I mean? All right, something like that. So now I'm going to draw his hand. And you see, let's bring it in just a little bit from where it's going to touch. And I'm going to draw he's going to be holding, let's see if I've got something around here. he's going to be holding something, so his fingers aren't going to be completely closed like that. Don't draw a hand that way. You got to draw it open over something, okay? So just think of it like that. You're always going to be floating on top of the thing you're going to be drawing. So I'm going to draw his wrist to his, oh, gotta get back to the big Sharpie. I'm going to draw his wrist to his thumb, and it's over everything, you know, because that's in front like that. So that part we know exists, right? So now I'm going to draw his other finger. Well, you know, I should draw the pinky over here so you know where we are. So let me get to this side of the hand. The pinky's over just a little bit. The pinky's the least over everything because it's so tiny. It's reaching. It's really trying to get around, you know? So there are the other fingers. And see what I mean? How they're over, they're not closed. That's all you got to do. Just something like that. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to draw a baseball bat in his arm. So he's just got a kind of a bat over. We'll draw the handle like that. And draw that over. And so now I'm just going to do it like that. And it's supposed to be resting on his shoulder, but we drew it a little high, so I'm not going to worry about that. There we go. And let's just give it something. Let's say it's wrapped. He's got it wrapped up with not really bandages, but tape, I guess. You know, something just to give it a different vibe, a different look, a different character. Give the bat its own character is what I'm trying to say. You know. So there. So technically, should be rested on a shoulder, but it's all right. It's a Sunday Funday. We do whatever we want. Okay, draw some hand lines. Something like this. There's his wrist. All right. I'm going crazy with the lines. I need to slow down. All right, so again, let's see, some creases for his jacket. Something like that. Then we'll draw like the zipper, you know, the middle of it. Oops, I keep going to the thin Sharpie. But see what I like doing? I like doing the thick versus thin just to get a nice contrast of something crazy, something different, you know? So here's this shoulder. So we're gonna draw this edge of the sleeve just to give you a good edge to work with. We're gonna draw the elbow. This one down here, and his hand's just hanging down to his side over here. Okay, so his hand is just going to be hanging down. So we're just going to draw one side like this. Here's the back of his hand. And so his fingers are just going to be curled up that you really can't see. And so his thumb will be like that. And it's just hanging down. So we're not really going to worry too much about detail here. We can draw some fingers down like this. There you go. So that's all we got to do since we're drawing the back of his hand. Okay. Now, he's Johnny Ghostlegs. So we got to draw some ghost legs. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do with this Sharpie, the thin one, just some crazy ghost leg lines. And I've already sketched out where his legs are, so I know where I'm going. So I'm just kind of doing something crazy like this, you know, just drawing what I would think a ghost leg would have. That's the nice thing about being able to just create. Nobody can tell me I'm wrong, you know. Nobody knows if this is what ghost legs would look like. And nobody can say, don't do it like that, because this is me. I get to draw ghost legs. So now I'm just going to give him some shoes, some feet, basically. And so this one is kind of pointed right at you. Over like this. And one last thing, let's go ahead and add just a few more little creases and folds just to make this come alive, just to show that he's got material on, you know. something like that. You know, we don't have to go too crazy, but I just wanted to add a little extra just to make it that it's material and it's creased, you know? There we go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Funday, that is Johnny Ghostlegs. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.